You are standing in a professional lobby. Your potential partner walks in. You want to lead the conversation with poise, but you find yourself repeating the same basic phrases. You feel there is a missing link between being polite and being a leader.
That is exactly where many professionals pause, David. But today we bridge that gap. Welcome to Business English for Success. I am Elena, and today we are mastering professional openings for first meetings. Our goal is to help you lead first encounters with greater clarity and confidence.
We will navigate through 5 real-world scenarios, moving from simple greetings to high-level executive introductions. We will show you how to build immediate professional trust without overpromising.
Be sure to follow through to the end, where we share our executive impression checklist, a strategic tool to ensure your professional presence remains consistent. Let us begin with Situation 1, the lobby greeting.
You are at the reception area waiting for an international partner, Mr. Harrison. You need to welcome him and guide him to the meeting space. We will look at 2 layers, the standard approach and the executive upgrade.
We use a framework called the Hospitality Bridge. In Layer 1, we focus on basic comfort. In Layer 2, we upgrade to subtle leadership. This means we don't just ask questions, we provide positioning statements that show we have everything under control.
Hello, you must be Mr. Harrison. I'm David. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you too, David.
How was your journey? I hope the transition from the airport was seamless.
It was very smooth, thank you.
Mr. Harrison, a pleasure to finally connect in person. I'm David. I trust your journey was comfortable. We truly appreciate you making the trip.
It was a productive flight, David. Thank you for the warm reception.
I'm glad to hear that. I've secured a quiet space in our executive suite to ensure our discussion is as focused as possible. Shall we proceed?
Excellent. I appreciate the preparation.
Let's refine your delivery using the executive upgrade. Please speak after me. I trust your journey was comfortable.
I trust your journey was comfortable.
That sounded very natural. Now let's try a positioning statement. I've secured a quiet space to ensure our discussion is focused.
I've secured a quiet space to ensure our discussion is focused.
Very polished. This projects much more authority.
Notice the shift from "How was your journey?" to "I trust your journey was comfortable." The word trust implies a positive outcome, while "I appreciate you making the trip" recognizes their effort without being overly formal. It's about controlled professionalism.
Now your turn. When you meet a partner for the first time, do you prefer asking a question or making a welcoming statement? Share your favorite opening phrase in the comments. Let's learn from each other's styles.
The lobby greeting sets the tone, but what if you walk into a room full of stakeholders you've never met? How do you introduce yourself to a group while maintaining the center of gravity? In Situation 2, we master the group anchor technique. This is where you move from a warm welcome to leading a room. You won't want to miss this.
Imagine you now move from the lobby into a conference room. There are 3 or 4 stakeholders you've never met before. The atmosphere is formal. Your goal is to introduce yourself to the entire group in a way that is organized, respectful, and influential.
In this scenario, we use a technique called the group anchor. Most professionals often greet everyone individually without a structured approach. In our executive upgrade, we show you how to acknowledge the group as a whole first, then establish your specific role. This demonstrates strategic presence, showing that you are prepared to lead the agenda.
Hello everyone, my name is David. I am the project manager. It is nice to meet all of you.
Nice to meet you too, David. I'm Elena, the lead consultant.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here to discuss the project with you today. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to begin by expressing our appreciation for this collective session. I'm David, and I oversee the strategic implementation for this initiative.
We've been looking forward to this alignment, David.
Likewise, My objective today is to ensure we have a shared understanding of our roadmap. I'm looking forward to our collaborative discussion. Now let's master these high-level phrases. Remember to keep a steady, confident pace. Speak after me. I'd like to begin by expressing our appreciation for this collective session.
I'd like to begin by expressing our appreciation for this collective session.
Excellent. That sounded very professional. Now let's try defining your role with authority. I oversee the strategic implementation for this initiative.
I oversee the strategic implementation for this initiative.
Well done. You are projecting clarity and leadership.
Let's analyze the phrase, I oversee the strategic implementation. Notice we didn't just say, I am the manager. Using oversee and strategic implementation tells the partners that you are responsible for the big picture and the results. It's about professional credibility.
It really makes a difference, doesn't it? Now we want to hear from you. When you enter a meeting with many people, do you feel more comfortable introducing yourself first or waiting for others? Type first or wait in the comments and tell us why.
You've anchored yourself in the room, but what happens when the meeting officially starts and you need to break the ice with a topic that isn't about business but still feels professional? How do you avoid awkward silence?
That is exactly what we cover in Situation 3, the sophisticated icebreaker. We will show you how to move from small talk to big business without losing your professional edge. Stay tuned. Now that the introductions are finished, there's often a short gap before the formal agenda begins. This is the small talk phase. Your goal is to fill this silence with a topic that is light enough to be friendly, but professional enough to maintain your credibility.
In this situation, we use a technique called the contextual connector. Most people ask about the weather or personal hobbies, which can sometimes feel too casual. In our executive upgrade, we show you how to find a shared professional context, such as industry trends or the venue's atmosphere. This keeps the conversation focused on a high level of thought even during a break.
So, Elena, is this your first time in this city? The weather is quite nice today.
Yes, it's my first time. I like the weather here too.
That's good. It's much better than the rain we had last week. Elena, I was observing the architecture of your new headquarters on the way in. It's quite impressive. It seems to reflect a very forward-thinking company culture.
I appreciate you noticing that, David. We've designed the space to foster more open collaboration.
It certainly shows. It's interesting how workspace design is becoming such a strategic priority in our industry lately. Let's practice these sophisticated phrases. Listen for the rhythm and the pauses. Speak after me. It's interesting how workspace design is becoming a strategic priority.
It's interesting how workspace design is becoming a strategic priority.
Very polished. Now let's try giving a high-level compliment. It seems to reflect a very forward-thinking company culture.
It seems to reflect a very forward-thinking company culture.
That sounded excellent. You are engaging your partner on a strategic level.
The power phrase here is forward-thinking company culture. Instead of just saying, your office is nice, you are connecting the physical space to the values of the organization. This is what we call value-based communication. It shows you are a person who thinks about deeper meanings.
It's much better than talking about the rain, right? Now, a question for our viewers. In a professional setting, what is your go-to topic for small talk that isn't about the weather? Let us know in the comments. We're looking for the most creative ideas.
You've mastered the art of the sophisticated icebreaker. The atmosphere is now warm and respectful, but how do you pivot from this light talk to the actual business objectives without it feeling abrupt?
That is the secret of Situation 4, the professional pivot. We will show you the exact words to guide the meeting and move to the agenda with absolute grace. Stick with us. The coffee has been served, the icebreakers were successful, and everyone is relaxed. Now comes the most critical moment. You must take the lead and transition the conversation to the official agenda. Your goal is to do this with authority, but without sounding abrupt or dismissive of the previous small talk.
In this situation, we use a technique called the value bridge. Many people make the mistake of saying, "Okay, let's start," or "back to business," which can feel a bit cold. In our executive upgrade, we use a bridging statement that connects the positive energy of the small talk to the importance of the meeting objectives. This ensures a high-quality transition where everyone feels valued and focused.
Okay, since we are all here, let's start the meeting. Can we look at the first item on the agenda?
Yes, let's do that. We have a lot to cover today.
Great. First, I want to talk about the project timeline. It's been wonderful to hear about your company's recent growth, Elena. To ensure we maximize our time together today and build on that momentum, perhaps we could transition to our core objectives?
I completely agree, David. I'm ready to dive in.
Excellent. I have outlined a roadmap for today that focuses on aligning our strategic goals. Shall we begin with the implementation phase? Let's practice these smooth transitions. Notice how the voice remains calm but firm. Speak after me. To ensure we maximize our time together, perhaps we could transition to our core objectives.
To ensure we maximize our time together, perhaps we could transition to our core objectives.
Very polished. Now let's try setting the stage for the agenda. I've outlined a roadmap for today that focuses on aligning our strategic goals.
I've outlined a roadmap for today that focuses on aligning our strategic goals.
Outstanding. You sound like a leader who values both the person and the time.
The key phrase here is maximize our time together. This is a sophisticated way of saying don't waste time. It sounds respectful because it implies that their time is just as valuable as yours. This is time efficiency leadership.
It's a very polite way to keep everyone on track. Now a question for you. How do you usually signal that it's time to start a meeting? Do you have a favorite phrase to get everyone's attention? Tell us in the comments.
You've successfully moved the meeting into the business phase, but what if you need to wrap up this first encounter and leave a lasting impression that ensures a second meeting?
That is the focus of our final situation, the future-proof conclusion. We will show you how to end a first meeting so professionally that your partner will be eager to collaborate. Stay with us for the final loop. The meeting is drawing to a close. You've discussed the main points, and it's time to part ways. Your goal is not just to say goodbye, but to summarize the value created and confirm the next steps. This is where you transform a single meeting into a long-term partnership.
In this final scenario, we use the success narrative technique. Most professionals end with, "Thank you for coming, talk to you soon." This is too vague. In our executive upgrade, we provide a recap of momentum. We briefly mention the progress made and set a clear, professional expectation for the future.
It ensures your partner leaves feeling that their time was a valuable investment. It was a good meeting, Elena. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you too, David. I enjoyed our talk.
I will send you an email about the next step soon. Goodbye. Elena, I've found this initial alignment to be exceptionally productive. We've established a solid foundation for our technical roadmap today.
I agree, David. The clarity we've achieved on the implementation phase is very encouraging.
Precisely. I'll ensure a comprehensive summary of our shared objectives reaches you by tomorrow morning. I'm looking forward to our continued progress.
I appreciate the follow-through, David. Have a safe journey back.
Let's lock in these professional closing phrases. Speak after me with confidence. I've found this initial alignment to be exceptionally productive.
I've found this initial alignment to be exceptionally productive.
Excellent. Now let's confirm the next steps with authority. I'll ensure a comprehensive summary reaches you by tomorrow morning.
I'll ensure a comprehensive summary reaches you by tomorrow morning.
Very polished. You sound like a professional who is committed to excellence.
Let's look at the phrase exceptionally productive. It's much stronger than good. It signals that you value results. Also, saying continued progress instead of see you soon implies that the work is already moving forward. This is growth mindset communication.
It leaves such a strong impression. Now, our final question for this video: what is one thing you always do at the end of a meeting to make sure people remember you? Share your secret in the comments.
You have now mastered all 5 stages of a first meeting, from the lobby to the final goodbye. You have moved from basic polite talk to high-level executive communication.
But how do we bring all these layers together so you can use them tomorrow? Stay with us for the final recap, where we lock in the 5 core pillars of professional openings.
What an insightful session, David. We've covered a lot of ground today on mastering first encounters.
We certainly have. Let's quickly review the 5 pillars we've built. First, in the lobby, use the hospitality bridge to focus on their journey and comfort. Second, in the room, use the group anchor to establish your role and presence. Third, the icebreaker. Use the contextual connector to find shared professional value. Fourth, the pivot. Use the value bridge to transition gracefully to the agenda. And fifth, the conclusion. Use the success narrative to confirm momentum and next steps.
Remember, it's not just about the words, it's about the strategic positioning behind them. Using phrases like, "I trust your journey was comfortable," or "I oversee the strategic implementation," changes how others perceive your leadership.
Your commitment to improving your communication today is a clear sign of your professional maturity. Keep practicing these layers, and you will see the difference in your next meeting.
If you found value in this deep dive, please consider subscribing to Business English for Success to join our global community of ambitious professionals.
In our next session, we will explore the art of professional influence, how to gain consensus during complex discussions. You won't want to miss that.
Thank you for joining us today. Keep leading with clarity, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye, and have a highly productive week ahead.